Gonna call this Morning Juice with Sam Rethmeyer, Wednesday Night Wine Club edition. All right, so this is like a really, I'm pumped about this. This is one of those wines that so perfectly encapsulates why I started this wine club in the first place. L'effet Papillon essentially means the butterfly effect. This is made by a couple that is located in the southwest of France, better known as the Languedoc-Roussillon. The couple is Marjorie and Stéphane Gallet. They do amazing wines. And this is their, call it a side project, really with the intention of making wines that are incredibly delicious and drinkable immediately in their youth. This is a blend of Grenache Blanc and a variety called Macabeo. Macabeo is also used in cava production. Here's what's interesting. Grenache Blanc on its own, those wines can be waxy and ethereal and textural. They can also be flabby and weighty and blah, like literally biting into a beeswax candle, and that's it. Macabeo tends to be more about acidity and minerality. There's some brininess there. So when you blend those two, it's a very old way of thinking about winemaking. We do this a lot with cooking, right? You get a steak. The steak on its own might be good, but it would be enhanced with a little bit of salt. Or you take a sauce and you think, the sauce is pretty rich, it's great, but I'm gonna add some acidity to it to kind of fix it or balance it out. That's a very traditional winemaking technique before, modern technology took over and science and, look, there are wines that are very much like Grenache Blanc. They're big, they're heavy, they're weighty, high in alcohol, and people will add acidity to it. Or wines that are too high in alcohol and they just add water to it. And this is really a similar style of approach, but using grapes to bring out the best in other grapes. And this is one of those great examples. So on the nose, when you smell this, you get a lot of white flower, like mandarin, citrus white flower, and there is that beeswax component. And I think, again, when I smell this, like, okay, so it's gonna be a rich and textural round wine. And then you try it, and oh my God, the white flower comes in and that pith from the citrus comes in, but then the acidity. And it's this radical balance, and this wine that is so delicious. This is one of those white wines that later tonight I'm gonna make a baked potato bar for my kids with a little bit of steak. This wine fits into that category. You could do this with pizza, pasta. I mean, really, you'll have to explore food and wine pairings with this wine to find out what doesn't work. That's how many things do work. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. That beeswax texture is so fun, and I can't wait to see what you pair with it. And if you're having some baked potatoes like I am tonight, cheers.